evening, everyone. I guess we're going to start right now. Good evening. Good evening. This is the Public Safety Committee of Baltimore City, of the Baltimore City Council. My name is Warren Branch. I'm the chairman of the committee. Next to me is my assistant, Mr. Marshall Bell. We have Mr. Paul Plymouth from the President's Office, who's in attendance. We also have Mr. Angela Gibson from the Mayor's Office. Commissioner, would you like, and I'd like to acknowledge my two colleagues, Councilwoman Middleton from District 6.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. And, oh, good God Almighty, man. Nick Mosby from the 7th.
Everybody forgets about me.
No,
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
man. You're a good man, and I really applaud what you did during the situation. And we have entering now the Vice Chair, Councilman Brandon Scott from the 2nd District.
And one more, sir.
Is there one more? Okay, and Councilman Costello from the 10th Councilmanic District.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, great, okay. I want to go offline and say, especially to the listening audience that's not here, please, if you think that you're having any health problems whatsoever, no matter what your age range is, please go have yourself checked. If you're a diabetic and your A1C count is above 7, you definitely want to have yourself seen by a doctor. Your health is something that you don't want to play with. It can sneak up on you without you knowing it. And believe me, we want to be here to see our loved ones and everybody. We want to, as someone would always say to me, I got somewhere to be, and I can't be there if I'm not taking care of myself. So I do want to acknowledge that. This evening's hearing is on Council Bill. No, first let me have the commissioner introduce his people, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, council members. We're going to start to my far right with the Deputy Commissioner. Would you introduce yourself, please?
Kevin Davis, Deputy Commissioner.
Lieutenant Colonel Melissa Hyatt.
Dean Palmer, Neighborhood Patrol Bureau.
Drew Vetter, Director of Government Affairs.
Russell.
Oh, you're law enforcement now, huh, Angela?
No, Russell, Community Partnership Division.
Thank you so much. This evening hearing is on Council Bill 15-0208R, the information hearing on the I Pledge campaign. We have requested that the Baltimore City Police Commissioner and his command staff and community leaders from the 13th District appear before the council to discuss the establishment of a pilot partnership between the police department and the community to improve neighborhood conditions through the I Pledge campaign. I want to start off by stating that, and this is my opinion, and not none from any of my colleagues. I know during the incident that took place with the riot and the young kids, that it was stated that we had a lot of outside observers that sort of led the charge. If anyone have been attending these public safety hearings, you can see that this is something that has been brewed from years back. I want to applaud the police commissioner Commissioner Batts, because once he got here, he immediately started working on trying to fix the situation. I mean, we've had numerous amount of hearings that he's been working on with us, and a lot of oversight hearings that the vice chair has been instrumental in bringing to play with stats. What happened to me, I believe, was something that couldn't be stopped. Mayor Blake did a wonderful job in the situation that took place. now that the situation is over with, and I'm asking especially the listening audience and everyone, look, it's time to move on. The police department, the city council, the mayor, we've all heard from you. It's time for us to move on. I'll be honest with you. If the Baltimore City Police Department decide that they're going to leave Baltimore City, I'm going to leave with them. I'm not going to stick around.
Me too.
You can find whoever you want to take my place. I'm not. We need them. We need the police department, just like they need us. So, just to add on to that, that's just solely my opinion as to what went on. We saw by the number of people that was arrested the first night that many of them was from the communities in which we live. So, and I'll go on record to say again, I think that Mayor Blake did a wonderful job in what she did. And there's no way in the world that anyone was going to stop what was going to happen. It built up in people so much that they just had to find some way to release it, and that was their way of releasing it. And there is a difference from the way the situation was handled in 2015 compared to 1968. As a young boy, I did live to see the riots of 1968, and I know that they was hooking hoses up to fire hydrants and spraying water on people. They were throwing tear gas into the crowd. They was releasing dogs. They was doing all kinds of stuff in 1968. I applaud you, Commissioner, for on how you and your staff handled the situation. And I wished that I could have been there to stand side by side with you and my colleagues. I thought that was very noble of what Councilman Mosby did during the evening by getting together the clergy and members of his community and walking his community. See, people don't talk about all the good that the members of the city was doing. I mean, he could have chose not to get involved at all. Councilman Scott, him and his 300 men, walking the corners and standing on the corners. I can say things about many of the city council members. I think they did a wonderful job compared to 1968. So at this point, what I would like to do is introduce what the I Pledge is. If anyone haven't seen what the I Pledge is, these are some of the cards that can you pass one to the commissioner and to members of the council? If you can pass that, yeah, pass that around. With the new shift that the commissioner has placed into fact, please, before I go on to state what I was about to state. When the commissioner came on, he took Melvin Russell, one of the best. Now, I'm not saying your replacement is good over there in Eastern District, but Melvin Russell was one of the best majors over there in the Eastern District. He took him and sent him citywide. You didn't see programs like he's been doing. I mean, you had many other colonels that was working the community affair. But Melvin Russell, he really took it to a real great extent. I mean, food giveaways, reaching out to the pastors. So no one can say that the Blake administration wasn't trying to work to repair the problems. And that's why I state, I mean, for me, it's embarrassing to have a hearing and no one comes out. See, it's easy to make complaints when you're out there, but if you want to resolve the situation and the problems, this is the forum in which we resolve these situations and problems. Right here. It all starts right here. And I've seen commissioners And I'll be honest, I've seen commissioners that come in here and believe that they didn't even have to speak to the city council. And I can go back as far as when they hired one from New York. And he told the city council, and B. Gaddy, who was the council person from the second councilmatic district, had to ask him. She said, do you think that you being appointed by this commissioner, by this body of city council people, that you don't have to answer to anybody but the mayor? That's not what we have today. We have a police force that's willing to sit down and listen to us. And I definitely wanted to make that clear. With what Melvin Russell was doing in the city of Baltimore, I can compare to all of to everyone that he succeeded. They haven't done anything like he's done. And I commend the commissioner for placing him in that position. I will say this, though, Commissioner, and you've heard me tout it once before. And this is me, myself, I don't like the fact that he's been given lieutenant colonel, and you had a bunch of colonels that couldn't do anything that he did. I think that's just unfair for him to be given a position of lieutenant colonel and doing everything that he's doing. And you had colonels that was before him that didn't even do half as what he was doing. But I sort of assume that you're going to work that out with him.
Consider promoting him to general fairly soon, sir.
Okay. I believe that you're supposed to give credit where credit is due.
Yes, sir.
And you're supposed to elevate people when they're doing the right thing. But enough of that. Is there anything that any of my colleagues would like to say?
No, thank,
No,
None?
sir.
None? Okay.
I think you covered it all.
Oh, thanks. Well, the purpose of this meeting is to try to form a relationship. Now that everything is over, trying to form a partnership with the police department and the community by working together with the new shift that the commissioner is going to put in play, where he distinctly said that he's going to place patrolmen are supposed to get out those cars and walk those communities. Because of that, I sort of figure with these new I-Pledge, many of my constituents have been in fear of reporting incidents, especially when it's happening in front of their house, because they fear retaliation. The I-Pledge concept is sort of one of the ways around the system of getting them to be able to work along with the police department without having officers come and knocking at their door. With a signed pledge that I believe that is given, that is signed by, one is given to my office, one is given to the Neighborhood Service Center police officer, and one is given to the actual occupant. What they can do for their vehicles and cars, once they have this displayed in their window, let's use the house for example, then when that officer is walking the beat and he sees that sign in the window and he see a group of people standing in front of that property, then he can challenge them. He has the authorization from the person that lives in that house to challenge who's ever on their front without knocking on the door. By starting in the Eastern District, I'm hoping, and that's one of the most troubled areas, the Eastern and Western District. If we can get a program where we have the community and people working together, then I believe we'll see even more reduction in crime that's taking place in our community. Commissioner, would you like to address anything about the resolution?
Yes, sir. First of all, I'd like to applaud you, sir, for applauding my command staff, Lieutenant Colonel Mayor Russell, and the wonderful job that he's doing, as well as the command staff behind me, my deputy commissioners, and Lieutenant Colonel Melissa Hyatt. because I stand and many times have to say thank you, but it's really them who are doing the job on a daily basis, and I applaud the work that all of them have and continue to do as a whole, and the very progressive work that Mel Russell continues to do, where we need to go as an agency as a whole. There again, I'd like to applaud you for taking a step in the right direction. Applaud your leadership and your progressiveness along these lines. We stand in any way that we can heal the wounds between the community and this police organization. We're going to take it. We're going to become the best at engaging our community. We're going to become the best at transportation of prisoners within our community. So places where we have wounds that have taken place, we're going to take that opportunity to become the best at what we do within the nation and the city of Baltimore as a whole. So thank you, sir, for your leadership.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Any questions from the, okay, none from the body? Okay. No signing testimonies, no, okay. I guess this is, I did probably want to do a work study. Did you get a chance to go through the questions, Commissioner? Is there anything that you all think should be added or?
No, sir. As I was reviewing it yesterday and reviewed it with my staff, I think the questions are applicable to what we need today. What I think the foundation of it is a promise by each individual resident to be a crime fighter by taking care of their property, by getting engaged. I think where we also have to add to it, because I think you're on the right page, is looking at crime prevention as a whole. And part of the meeting we had last night with our CRC presidents is taking from where you have started and taking it to the next level and having a conversation about crime prevention and neighborhood watch and moving in that direction. So I think both programs, the resolution that you have and where we want to go matches up together. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Chair recognizes Councilwoman Middleton.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Is there a start-stop time period for this pilot?
I would like to at least try it for a year.
Okay. Do you have your actual start date as of yet, or?
I was looking towards the summer
Okay.
to start it because that's when you're going to have a lot of your outdoor activities, you know, and they'll be
Right.
walking. They'll be getting out of the car
Okay.
during the summer and walking the neighborhoods
When school is out.
when school is out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Since there's no questions, I don't think we need to take a vote on it, do we? Well, it's over with. Yeah. Quite don't, do we vote on a resolution? Yeah, okay. I'm waiting for the staff member to come back so we can vote on this resolution and conclude the meeting. Can we do it this way? We'll just, we'll call for the vote, and we'll vote on it. And once he come back with the sheet, then we can sign off on it. Yeah. No, I'll write it down. Yeah. Okay, I'll make a call
Motion.
on the hearing of,
Second.
okay. Councilman Scott moved the bill. Councilman Mosley be seconded. Councilman Branch votes yes. Councilman Scott? Okay. Councilwoman Middleton?
Yes.
Councilman Mosby?
Yes.
And Councilman Costello?
Yes.
Okay, we have 5 votes in affirmative, none in the nay vote, and this bill should be heard at the very next council meeting,
June 1.
June 1st. Is it June 1st?
Yes.
June 1st? Okay. At this time, the Public Safety Committee stands adjourned. We thank you for attending the public safety meeting. Please check the area around you, your seat, to make certain that you have everything that you brought in. We will be closing the room shortly and ask that everyone exit promptly to the first main floor entrance. Once more, thank you very much.